What's up, guys? It's your buddy Jason here from AIPT Comics, Adventures in Poor Taste, host of the Adventures in Pod Taste podcast. Check us out, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Coming to you today with a bit of a different thing for me. It's going to be an unboxing and build video for something that near and dear to my heart, near and dear to your heart, I'm sure. That'd be a Lego set of the Amazing Spider-Man, just in time for Spider-Man Far From Home. This set, Spider-Man Spider Crawler, comes with a couple of minifigures. I don't know if you can see it here, but we've got Sandman in a kooky weird design that I don't think I've ever seen him in. There's the Vulture, of course, classic Spides, and my boy Miguel O'Hara, aka Spider-Man 2099. We build a couple of different things here. There's a whole mess of sand constructs for Sandman. Again, looking like some sort of weird sand zombie. Looks like he stole some jewels. We've got the Vulture in his glider. I would have thought that this was a movie tie-in, but this is Adrian Toomes' old school style, old man Vulture. Also stealing jewels, teaming up with the Sandman, as I don't think he's done outside of the Sinister Six. If he has, editor, be sure to put a little description down here saying, actually, it was this episode, Jason. If not, then hey, I told you I was right. And finally, something I don't think I've ever seen, the Spider Crawler, an actual moving spider mech thing that Peter, I guess, built to fight crime because it's a lot easier to fight crime in a mech. In the back, you can also see there's a lot of cool things. There's a couple of web constructs here. It looks like our Spider Crawler is going to actually shoot webs itself and maybe even fling Spidey into the air. We'll see how that goes, but yeah, looking forward to building this thing. 418 pieces. Hopefully it doesn't take me all day, and you get to watch me do it. So let's get this bad boy going. So after all that hullabaloo about half of that tall boy beer and, just some good old-fashioned farting around, let's take a look at what we got out of our set. Here's a good look at the box, and voila, here are our finished product. Cool. So, why don't we start with Spidey 2099. It's the most basic of the dudes. Not really a whole lot going on with him. Some cool design, his classic. I guess this was the early 90s when they debuted Spidey 2099. Miguel, pretty much just a minifigure. I gave him one of the web constructs here. There's a whole bunch of them too. So like this one is like shooting you right in the face with his webbing. If I come over here where I've got the rest of them, there are a couple of different effects. There's a big wide one, another pew in the face, an extra extender. That one, I'm not really sure what we're going for there. Another web shield thing. This one's kind of cool because you can throw it on, it's got these little connectors in the back, you can throw it on the hands of one of the bad guys and it'll act as like a web cuff. So that's kind of neat. Let's move right along. Bye, Miguel. To check out the Sandman. Again, looking a little crazy. Not how I typically remember him going. He's got his little cup of Mountain Dew here. His big friggin' hammer. You know, I know Sandman does a lot of building stuff, but that's not something that I'm used to seeing. The interesting thing about this guy, you know, he's got his little hair piece. He has no feet, so you lift him up, and there's just this little connector guy at the bottom. Does make him a little harder to put on the stand because you kind of have to feel your way around for where the connectors line up with the base, but still kind of a cool guy. You know, Sandman probably wouldn't be in his normal form for too long if he was fighting Spidey, and realistically, if you're playing this, you're probably going to have them fight. One other thing about the base, you know, it's just a little base, whatever. It does swivel open, and you can hide his treasure, his ill-gotten gains, his Pepsi-colored gems down here. Just a neat little thing. You know, you got to do something with this besides just have him stand around. So yeah, that's your boy. Blah blah smash. A little bit cooler is Adrian Toombs' The Vulture. You can tell his old ass is sneering at you right here. He's not happy with his one gem or his little gem set thing. Check out the art on his chest plate, sort of giving him abs despite the fact that he's old as hell. He's got a laser cannon too, which this is a sort of thing that I didn't know that the Lego was doing nowadays, but it actually fires. So let's see if I can get him to shoot. Sorry, my hand is blocking a lot of this, but pew! Hopefully I can find that piece later when I go to clean up. But yeah, so let's take a look at the glider. So from the back of it, there's some cool stuff. You can see the little decals that we had to add to the wings. They get a little sharp. These wings are articulated, so you can make them move just a bit. But they're also on this ball joint from the backpack, so you can pose them all kinds of different ways. And I just knocked another gem out of here. Oh man, here, look, you know, I'll take this off of him so that you can kind of see it. They got these cool rotor things that aren't really functional, but you know, he's the most posable, I would say, of the figures. Probably my favorite guy here. Look at it again. He sternly disapproves of the way that I'm manhandling him, so I'm just going to go put him down over here. Hope that he forgives me and that I can find, again, his laser gun piece when I move it off. I should not have shot that off into the distance. Then we've got, of course, the pièce de résistance, the spider crawler with, of course, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man sitting at the cockpit. Nice beat. Wow. Words are hard. So yeah, you know, it's a pretty cool looking thing. The legs are kind of articulate. They're also on the ball hinge sort of thing, so you can pose them all over the place. These guys extend. They're very flimsy, as in not easily posable. But that's sort of by design, because I don't know if this is going to work. If you move him, he should be able to crawl a little bit. Here, I'm going to place the phone. Yes, I'm filming on a phone, super high tech, on the stand so I can try and show you. So underneath, he's got a wheel, you see, and when you roll the wheel, the legs, in theory at least, move like that. So if you're on maybe a smoother surface than my table, you might be able to get him to do some kind of cool, convincing crawling. But he's also super posable in the meantime. Again, we can take that off there. Can move around his legs. He also has the laser eyes that fire. You can see the little hinge there that's super small and easy to lose. Also, this piece on the butt fires, which is kind of cool. Let's see. Whoop. Hey, that landed on the table. I don't have to go looking for that one. Cool. So yeah, kind of neat. Let's take a look at the minifig for Spidey in general. You know, if you've bought a Lego set for Marvel, you probably already have one of these guys, but you know, still kind of neat. His little, it kind of looks like he's got like the Henry Rollins sun tattoo on his back, and like, a little bit of a thong poking out of there. This is sexy Spidey. But yeah, you're a basic Spider-Man here, looking like Lego Spider-Man should. As far as the rest of the build goes, there's a lot of cool textures. I don't know if this comes across, but up on here, there's like a metal grill. There's like a power core thing that's floating down here that's made of like glass and metal. It's got like a hot rod engine, like a dual hot rod engine running it front and back, which is not the ideal way to do it. There were some decals to adhere here. You can see them on the armrests from his cockpit area. There's a little bit of his webbing design on the legs. And yeah, that's basically what we've got here. A couple of extra pieces in my pack. I don't know if that's going to be typical of it, but it's good that they're the smaller, harder to find pieces, or pieces that can be easily lost. Like, say, these little light guys that I fired and still do not see when I look over the side. Or these little teeth that they've got in the front that make this spider look a little bit more spidery. As well as some hinges and just like the little one-piece pieces. Overall, I think this is a pretty cool set. If you're going to be, just a collector, like, someone who's older hanging out with these, it should be a relatively fun set. It took me about a half hour to build the whole thing. I'm just gonna not put him on his wings and just, man, why are you being difficult, Adrian? Come on, be mature. You're the oldest one here. Yeah, it shouldn't take you too long to put these guys together. It was kind of a fun build, especially the glider. Then, if you have children that are going to be doing this, I would just say to be careful about all the small pieces. As I kind of showed, I think I've already lost one of the laser pieces, and so that kind of sucks. But that'll about do it for now. Like, share, subscribe. Check us out on AIPTcomics.com, adventuresinpoortaste.com if you're not into the whole brevity thing. Check out the podcasts. Adventures in Pod Taste, AIPT Wrestling, Poor Taste Wrestling, I guess that's what it's called, the AIPT Comics Podcast, which is brand new, and now AIPT at the Movies. We're all doing cool stuff. And check out Spider-Man Far From Home, coming out sometime soon. In the meantime, I'm Jason. This has been Adventures in Poor Taste. Thank you for checking us out. Peace.